We'd like to welcome our guests from Dobyns-Bennett High School. Tonight's game, as well as all Oak Ridge High School athletic events, is being played in accordance with the rules of the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association. Remember that all fans must wear facial coverings at all times while on site, except children under age 2. And all fans are encouraged to maintain a social distance of 6 feet between themselves and other fans from anyone other than those living in the same household. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship also by observing the rules of fair play. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. So let's play some football!
Welcome back to Blankenship Field. David Clay, James Branson, Lee and Blake Wexler. We also have Matthew Charles, I believe, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Brian Bennett back in the studios, Mike Sheehan, Alex Myers. We got a full crew here tonight. The weather right now is currently good. We're going to thank Johnny Bergen for doing something for us here. He came out to our social distancing studio as the Wildcats are coming on to Blankenship Field, cut down all the privet and all the weeds, and it's very visible for all the bankers outside the fence.
Absolutely, David, and we really appreciate him doing that, helping out the fans that just want to watch the game.
The Wildcats are on the field. Dobyns-Bennett will be wearing their maroon pants, their white jerseys with their silver lining. The Wildcats are wearing it almost is kind of a darker maroon, it looks like, jersey, not quite cardinal. The Wildcats wearing their cardinal jerseys with their gray pants. Just moments away from kickoff. Last year, James, the Wildcats got beaten pretty soundly by Dobyns-Bennett. The Wildcats playing much better, in particular on offense right now.
Yeah, David, they really showcased what they could do and how they can use their weapons on offense last week. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different animal here as Dobyns-Bennett was really good as well last week. Defensively, they had a shutout as well, and they put up 35 points. So very similar results for both teams. It should be very interesting to see how they make adjustments from week 1 to week 2.
The captain for each team is out to the center of the field, and the toss of the coin. The Wildcat captain is Jonathan Stewart. The toss of the coin was made, and we're about to get underway here. James, I know you're excited. You played in these Dobyns-Bennett ball games. It's a great rivalry dating back years and years.
Yeah, David, and it's always one that you look forward to. Back in the 2000s and 90s, basically Oak Ridge and Dobyns-Bennett played just about every year, and it was really twice a year. You would play once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. So it was always something to look forward to, and it was a game that you enjoyed traveling to that for all the rich history and rivalry that it had.
Our friend Brad Jodes sent me a couple snapshots of satellite imagery of weather, and right now it's north. It's north of us, so if it'll stay north of us, we'll be looking good. We've got a few puffy white clouds, a little bit of dark in some of them, but for the most part, as you said a minute ago, it is a beautiful night here at Blankenship Field.
Yeah, and it's a really great night for a football game, and we might have been able to play last night, might have had some weather and things like that, but it's even better tonight, I think, and you don't have to deal with a lot of the other conditions you would have had to deal with.
And we're out here primarily because of Johnny here. Didn't want to let his fine work go to any waste here, James.
Absolutely.
And here we go. We're about to get underway. The Dobyns-Bennett Indians will be getting set. And back to receive the kick for them will be number 10 for them, Trent Cody. He is 6 foot. He's 171 pounds. He is a senior. The Wildcats about to kick off here. Our kicker for the Wildcats is, of course, Tyler Dunham. The Wildcats, if you're looking from the home side, will be kicking from right to left, and we're about to get underway here from Blankenship Field. The Oak Ridge students making a lot of noise. There are a ton of them here. Here's the kick. It's a pop-up kick. It's going to be fielded by number 3 and then fumbled, and he's going to have to pick it up at around the 18-yard line. Matthews, along with Bourbon, along with Kelly, are there to make the stop on the sideline. It'll be Dobyns-Bennett. First down and 10 yards to go. So the pop-up kick, very effective. He fumbled it initially, but the Wildcats were right there on the spot.
Yeah, David, it was perfect placement. It was right about at the 16-yard line and right in between the numbers and the hashes that are on the side numbers and sidelines where you want to do that pop-up kick to be effective. And to get it that deep is really special. Thing to get is the Dobyns on their kickoff return.
It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. The line of scrimmage will be the 19-yard line of Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. We'll set the starters for them here in a second. As they come to the line, they'll come from the shotgun. They'll have a wing to the right, a single receiver, actually a double wing, one lone running back. They have the ball at the 19-yard line. Quarterback's going to roll to his right, hand it off, and boom, he is met after a yard or two gain. Bervin on the stop for the Wildcats along with Jalen Hayward. Jalen is 5'5". He's 140 pounds. It'll be a gain of, we'll call it 2. Second down, 8 yards to go. The ball just around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, David, Taylor Tessner ran really well for them last week, and they really like the run up the middle or the run right off tackle or right off guard, the Dobyns-Bennett Indians do.
Second down, we'll call it a long 8 to go for a first. They'll come from the shotgun. 3 receivers split to the right. That's the Oak Ridge sideline. They want to pass across the way. Pass is incomplete. In and out of his fingertips. It'll be defending out there Jacob Bervin and Matthew Swigert. Third down, 8 yards to go. 11:13 to play. Just underway here at Blankenship Field, the Wildcats and Indians.
Yeah, Alex Kitzmiller for the Indians just not able to come up with that. One thing that I noticed watching Dobyns-Bennett last week is their quarterback, he stands with his foot up if he's going to pass immediately, which he did on that play in a 5-wide receiver.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. Third down long facing Kingsport. They look over to the sideline. They have the new play. It's kind of different without Graham Clark being the head coach at Dobyns-Bennett, the longtime coach and former player there. Third down, 8. Play clock down to 5. Back to pass. He looks to run. Now he's going to go across the middle. Pass is complete. Right at the 49-yard line. Wide open in the middle. He had all day to throw the ball that time. Wildcats had coverage out there, but they couldn't quite get it. I think they tried to bat it down. Couldn't get it to go. It'll be first and 10, Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett.
Yeah, I think one of the keys for the game for the Wildcats is to be able to get pressure on them when they pass, because they love deep crossing routes like a post route that you just saw right there. And he was able to step up into the pocket and reload his arm there.
Ball's at the 46-yard line of Kingsport. First down, 10 yards to go. 10:50 to play in the first period here at Blankenship Field. First down of the night. Kingsport, once again, receivers left and right. The play gets started. Flags are down. You're not Mark, James?
Yeah, David, that was looked like it was going to be a false start there, which it is, on the Dobyns-Bennett Indians. He's going to back them up. They had a lot of trouble with that last week, it seemed like. And they also love to run up the middle very early. They think their line and their guards and their center can really create holes. And number 4 for them, which I believe is Tesnier, loves to run up the middle, and he's quick up and down the field.
Quarterback is 6'3", 185 pounds. Zane Whitson for them. Up to the line, first down, 15 yards to go. One thing that Coach Gaddis said a moment ago on the pregame show, we have a speed advantage as Whitson's going to pass. Little screen pass is caught, and he has good yardage. Another first down, and just an ankle tackle by Brian Kelly and Hayward to make the stop, but not before they get across midfield and down close to the 40-yard line, where it'll be first and 10, Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett.
Yeah, David, a nice little play there. It's actually a double screen. They like to run motion across the formation a lot, and they sent their slot in motion, faked a little screen back to him, and you got to watch Tesnier out of the backfield as he was the one that caught the screen and went upfield for the first down.
Splitting out to the right side once again, they'll have number 3, that's Ratliff. They have 3 receivers split to the left side. Now a man comes in motion. He'll join his quarterback in the backfield. First down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback is going to roll to his left, hand it off, and Tesler moves the ball forward. Not a whole lot of yardage there, maybe 3 at most. It'll bring up second down for Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. One of the things that I've noticed already here in the early going as compared to that Hardin Valley ball game, Wildcats not getting the pressure inside against Kingsport.
Yeah, and this line for Kingsport is really good. They like to move up and down the field, and they block really well, especially on run plays. Run plays up the middle is where they really make a lot of yards. As we have second and 5 for the Wildcats, 9:14 on the clock in a 2 receivers to the right. They bring the wing back in. Tesner in at running back. The quarterback takes the snap, goes off tackle to the left. Wildcats gang tackle him, and I believe in there would be Bervin and Adams, and I think Brian Kelly was in there as well.
It'll be third down, about a yard to go for a first down for Kingsport. They have taken the opening kickoff down to 8:45 and counting. They have moved the ball down to the Wildcat 34-yard line. Wildcat defense trying to stiffen up here. You can hear the Oak Ridge coaching staff. Coach Jeff Miner, the defensive coordinator, yelling out to his guys out on the field. Third down, we'll call it 1 yard to go. The ball is at the Wildcat 34, opening drive of the ball game, and Dobyns-Bennett is marching. They started inside the 20. Wildcats showing a little blitz and might have jumped offside. Somebody did. It's going to be a 5-yard step off. We'll see who it's against. 8:19 to play first quarter. Some dark clouds kind of moving in from the north here. Stay north as the penalty is going to be against your Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians. So that'll be a 5-yard step off, making it a little bit tougher for them. They might be in 4-down territory right here. The ball right around the 40-yard line. We'll see how that goes. Third down, 6 yards to go.
Yeah, David, it's one thing that they ran really well last week against Tennessee High was the toss play. So if they come out kind of with 4 receivers or 3 in a wing to one side, they may be running a toss here to get Tesner out in open ground.
2 receivers to the right, 1 lone running back. Whitson, there's movement again. Flag goes down. I was checking the play clock. It's down to 0. It is going to be what? They're going to say it is a timeout. Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett will take it with them. 7:45 to play as the clock's still running here as the timeout was called. It'll be 3rd and 6. We'll be back to Blankenship Field following this 60-second timeout.
Sincerely thank the following corporate sponsors for their continued generous support of Wildcat football. Buddy's Barbecue, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Cook's Comfort System, Diversified Electric, Dr. Joseph E. Crump, Optometry, 5-Star Credit, Alistair Deli, Nike PSN, Oak Ridge Utility District, Holman Franklin Motors, Oak Ridge Church of Oak Ridge, Houston Inn of Oak Ridge, Northwest Tennessee, Bank, Beaverton, Orthodontics, Oak Ridge Children's
My boy from Alabama, his wife made
Great Bob Pizza, Leather One Diner, State Office, Tennessee Whiskey, and Side Effects. Thank you, corporate sponsors.
Third down, 6 yards to go for Dobyns-Bennett. 7:37 to play. Quarterback hands it off to the running back. He squirts forward, but I believe he's going to be short. It'll be 4th down facing Kingsport. Clock keeper wasn't Johnny on the spot on it. Let about 8 seconds go during the timeout. They just moved the ball forward, and they're having a little trouble with the scoreboard. It's going to be 3rd down, actually 4th down and a yard to go.
Yeah, David, as Kingsport just ran a little bit of an ISO up the middle there, basically a dive play for Tesner. They ran that really well, and I think they broke probably maybe 2 or 3 50-yard runs off that same play. Once he gets loose and straight downfield, he's really good as the officials are out to measure right now. And I would say that they go for it if they don't get it, which they got it there.
So it is a 1st down, so he got just enough. Wildcats, they had him pinned in, I thought, initially right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to kind of break free of an arm tackle around the knees and was able to pick up the required 6 yards. 7:15 to play first quarter, 0-0 our score. Just underway here from Blankenship Field, the Saturday edition of Wildcat Football. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge sponsoring our broadcasts as our corporate sponsor this year. 1st down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Oak Ridge 33-yard line. Very long drive for Kingsport. Whitson wants to pass, floats it high and long, and it's going to go out of bounds. Closest man to it, Matthew Charles, one of our camera personnel across down on the field. We also have Christian Rosas Rodriguez with us as well.
I think you mean Jalen Hayward on that play was the closest defender. But, yes, he just ran a little curl route right there as not able to complete it. He was wide open probably for about a 10-yard gain on the home sideline.
I'm trying to get our guys' names in the broadcast here, James. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 33-yard line. Whitson hands it off. Oh, big hole. It's a touchdown. I thought he was going to get it all the way into the end zone. That hole was big enough to drive the old WATO van through. I mean, it was huge. And they have the ball inside the 10-yard line, right at the 10-yard line. Matthew Swigert finally makes a stop, but, man, that hole was tremendous. Big offensive line push and blocking by them, and it's 1st down, and it's goal to go.
Very deceptive play there as the quarterback rolled out as he handed off, so almost like a little play action look why that hole was so big.
Actually, it's going to be at the 11, so it's first down 10. They can get a first down without scoring. 6:21 to play. They have taken almost 6 minutes off the clock to start this first quarter. Quarterback, high snap, pitches it out to the left side, trying to get wide. They cut inside, and they make the stop at around the 6-yard line. 6:08 to play. Second down facing Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. The Indians have moved the ball to the 6-yard line where it is second down and 4 yards to go. Opening home game for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Lots of social distancing taking place in the crowd. The upper section looks kind of full, actually. Lower section, tons of students all wearing masks. Dobyns-Bennett, second down, 6 yards to go. The ball is at the 7-yard line of Oak Ridge. Over 6 minutes on this drive. Here they come once again. Whitson with one lone running back, rolls to his left, wants to run it. He's in the end zone. Nobody picked him up. He just kind of walked it in. Nobody picked him up, and it's a touchdown for Kingsport with 5:27 to play.
Very similar look that they had on the play that opened the really wide hole for Tessner there, as the quarterback just almost kind of faked a toss and followed Tessner right into the end zone. As a very time-consuming drive there for the Indians. You'd hope that Oak Ridge can match that, if not score and match the touchdown.
They'll go for the extra point here. 6-0 our score, so that is the first touchdown scored against the Wildcats this season. Last year, looks like they're going to go for the single extra point. They get the kicker in late. Number 13 is the young man who's going to kick it. High snap, little pressure. The kick is blocked, but it is going over the goalpost just barely for the score. 7-0. Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett leads the Wildcats. We'll be back to Blankenship Field following this 60-second timeout.
Located just across the street in historic Jackson Square, you can purchase general admission tickets each week, Tuesday through Friday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you, Barrel Shop.
Third is good and Lord. Okay. How about put third quarter?
David Clary back here along with James Branson, Liam Blake Wexler, along with Matthew Charles, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Mike Sheehan, Alex Myers, and Brian Bennett back at the station. Very good looking drive there for Kingsport. They've overcame a couple of penalties too as the Indians prepare to kick off to the Wildcats. They always have great special teams. Here's the kick. It's going to be short, fielded by a back on the left side, trying to get wide, moving the ball up the field to around the 30-yard line, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over. First down and 10 yards to go. We saw a very nice drive by Dobyns-Bennett. Let's see what the Wildcats, Mitchell Gibbons and company can do on their opening drive.
Yeah, David, you'd love to see them match them in both effort and time-consuming. Give your defense a little bit of a rest there. That was a very long drive. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout-out to my wife and 2 kids, Emmett and Avery, listening to us at home.
Preston Turner and Jonathan Stewart drifting off to the right side of the quarterback. The Wildcats up to the line, first down, 10 yards to go. The lone running back, the junior, Kendall Jackson. Mitchell Gibbons is the quarterback, first down and 10 yards to go, and plays halted again. One of the things that the Knoxville officials we saw in the Hardin Valley ball game, they didn't call a lot of procedural. There was not a lot of this already in this ball game. We've seen offsides, we've seen motion, we've seen penalties. This one's going to go against Kingsport, and that'll be a 5-yard step off, so that'll be good.
Yeah, David, every single one. The 2 offsides against Kingsport, and then this one was basically a false start or coming across the line early.
First down, 5 yards to go. The ball's at the 32-yard line of Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge moving away from Jackson Square. Mitchell wants to pass, has all day, floats it across the way, incomplete. Kind of a confusion there. I believe it was intended for Jonathan Stewart. He and Preston Turner were in that area, but Mitchell threw it to a spot but we didn't have a receiver there.
Yeah, David, I think that was that route that Preston Turner scored on last week, the 95-yard or 93-yard touchdown, 91, something like that. Basically, you had two slants coming, a very deep slant by Preston Turner and Jonathan Stewart running a little shorter slant, and Mitchell just sent it over top of both of them.
Second down, 5 yards to go. The ball is at the 32-yard line. 5:17 to play, 7-0. Wildcats trying to run the ball, and the ball is loose on the ground. Dobyns-Bennett has it. The Wildcats turn it over. Wildcats only had a couple turnovers the other day, but this one's a crucial one because they drop it right at the 30-yard line. There was a problem with the exchange. There was some major hitting right at the middle part of the line, and Kingsport recovers, and here comes the Oak Ridge defense. They're going to have to stop them.
Yeah, David, and that's one thing Kingsport did really well last week as well, as they caused several turnovers for Tennessee High. This one, they just attacked the point where the handoff was being made between Kendall and Mitchell, and whatever happened, the fumble came out, and it's going to start at the 33-yard line, so very short field for the Indians to work with.
Wildcats' enthusiasm level is not the same as it was at Hardin Valley, I've noticed. The Oak Ridge defense can do. 33-yard line of the Wildcats already down 7-0. First down, 10 yards to go. Problems plagued the Wildcat offense against Kingsport last year. Whitson will hand it off to the back. This time the Wildcats stack him up. No place to go. The Wildcats hit him right at the line. I believe Jackson Adams, Burvin, and another one, maybe Boone, maybe Morgan. Either way, it's a gain of only 2. Second down, 8 yards to go. 4:55 to play. We're in the first quarter. 7-0 Kingsport. Dobyns-Bennett on top. Wildcats trying to win their second game of the year. Kingsport opened up their season with a victory over Tennessee High of Bristol. A shutout win for them last week. Second down, we'll call it a long 8 to go for it first. Whitson at quarterback. He's got a receiver to his left, the 2 to his right. Whitson's going to hand it off to the back again, and this time he gets nowhere again. Maybe a yard at most. The Wildcats doing a much better job sealing up the holes there. So it'll be third down and long now facing Kingsport.
Yeah, David, I think that's one of the keys for success for the Wildcats is basically stack them up at the line of scrimmage and make them beat you with the quarterback's arm, because Tessner is a great running back, and if they are able to create holes right in the middle of that line of scrimmage, they love running up the middle. If they can do that, that's what gets them going.
4 minutes, 5 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. 7-0 Kingsport. Whitson once again at quarterback. He's shotgun once again. 3 receivers to his left. Whitson feeling pressure. They set the screen. It's incomplete. I guess he was throwing it to his tight end who didn't know the ball was coming. The Wildcats came in strong. It looked like Jaden Williams was coming in strong. Perhaps the fastest guy in Cardinal and Gray. It'll be fourth down facing Kingsport.
Yeah, David, he may be the fastest guy in this city, because I would doubt that Kingsport would go to that formation again. They had 3 receivers to their left, and that left Jaden basically with nobody at his side, and he just blitzed right away. And before the quarterback could even set to throw the screen, Jaden was right in his grill.
Dobyns-Bennett going for it. They have the ball at the Oak Ridge 30, fourth down, 7 yards to go. Big play for the Oak Ridge defense right here, down 7-0. Trying to get a stop here. Whitson rolls to his right, has all day. Looks to run, cuts to the outside, cuts it up the field. Nowhere to go except down to the 25-yard line. He'll be short, and the Wildcats will take over on downs. Good defensive series for the Wildcats, and they'll take over first and 10.
Very disciplined job there by the Wildcat defense, and to basically get a stop when you're in negative position is a momentum change. So you talked about the Wildcats not really being as hyped up as they should be. That should get them going offensively and defensively, as the Wildcats are basically where they started their last drive.
Here they come once again. The Wildcats will come to the line moving with their backs to Jackson Square. The Oak Ridge Band is positioned in the north end zone, not in their normal positioning up in the stands. Kendall Jackson, the lone running back. Mitchell Gibbons from the shotgun. Mitchell rolls, and once again, flags are down. Somebody lined up off sides again. We saw none of this at Hardin Valley, James. We saw none of this. I'm sure Kingsport, well-coached team, it's going to be this time a 5-yard penalty against Oak Ridge. And
you just can't be in negative. You don't want to be behind the sticks in this form against this good of a defense. They are really fast, and one of their best players, in my opinion, is the nickel guy, the guy that plays against slot receiver. He's very instinctive, and if the Wildcats have to pass here, which they might, I would try to go away from him.
I think we've already seen more penalties than we saw the entire ball game last week. First down, 15 yards to go. Mitchell with the ball at the 20-yard line will hand it off once again. There's just nothing there. He's going to be hit, and he is going to lose yardage back to around the 16-yard line, already in negative territory. It'll be 3.5 minutes to play. Second down, 16 yards to go. Nothing up the middle. The Wildcats have got to get wide.
Yeah, David, and they got to be able to use the speed. Use Kendall's speed, use Jalen or Preston's or Jaden's speed, any of those. Try to test that outside. I think that one of their best players defensively is Whitley, and he's really a monster in the middle.
Last year was a field position game early on, and the Wildcats just couldn't move the ball and kept the defense on the field. Let's see what Mitchell can do. He fires a pass across the way. It is complete, and the Wildcats move the ball up the field. Fine throw for the Oak Ridge Wildcat quarterback. It's complete to the Wildcats' Jonathan Stewart, and he moves the ball for a big gain. It's still going to be shy of a first down. It'll bring up third down and about 2 yards to go, but a nice positive play.
Nice play on your favorite route. The slant route right there is the two slot guys, receivers, just ran up the field to clear it out. Jonathan was able to make a nice cut in the middle. Mitchell made a great pass to put you in a much better situation on 3rd and 2.
The Wildcats split out receivers left and right. They need 2 yards, as James mentioned. Third down, 2 yards to go. Here comes the running up the middle. They've got a first down and more. The Wildcats across the 50, to the 30, to the 25, down the field, all the way to the 15-yard line, where it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. The quarterback, Mitchell Gibbons, takes it himself, busts out, and that's a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. A 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down.
Yeah, David, Mitchell Gibbons did a great job on that play, using his eyes. Everybody's keying on Kendall Jackson there to hand it off, get us 2 yards. I would have handed it off to Kendall to try to get 2 yards. But Mitchell, very wise, pulled that. He saw the defensive end go upfield, and very reminiscent of Mount Juliet last year, that similar type run.
2 minutes, 12 seconds to play. The Wildcats come to the line. The ball is at the 12-yard line of Kingsport. 2:12 to play, 7-0. Play is halted again, and they have to get the change. So, change crew, it's their first ball game. It's Oak Ridge's first home game. We started on the road at Hardin Valley a week ago. Here come the Wildcats to the line. The ball is at the 12-yard line. Clock is moving. First down, 10 yards to go. Movement across the line. Looks like it's going to be a 5-yard step-off against those Indians from Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett High School.
Yeah, David, just very undisciplined there by Kingsport, as they're going to go for a hard count at some point in time, and very smart by the Wildcats to try to go for get free 5 yards and get closer to that first down marker, maybe get a first down, hopefully get a touchdown. 2
minutes to play here. The Wildcats now with the ball resting at the 7-yard line of Kingsport, where it'll be first down, 5 yards to go. 7-0 Kingsport on top as we play here at Blankenship Field on FM 92.7. Mitchell Gibbons, junior quarterback, hands it off. Kendall Jackson. Kendall can't break a tackle, moves the ball forward though for about a half a yard, not much more than that. Slow going between the tackles there. Really good defensive group from Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Very physical, Coach Gaddis said. It'll be second down and a long 4 to go for a first.
Yeah, David, as one of the players in for the Wildcats now, Jabryce Taylor. Jabryce got hurt in this game last year. Good to see him back out there and trying to block for Kendall tonight.
Minute 20 and counting. The Wildcats to the line. The ball is at the 6-yard line. Second down, 4 yards to go for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Jonathan Stewart is a receiver. Mitchell wants to pass. Pressured, fires, end zone, touchdown! Jonathan Stewart cannot make the catch. Great looking throw. Great looking route there by Jonathan, but he couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, David, I think he was between trying to catch it and keep his feet in on the sidelines there. Basically, Mitchell put it only where Jonathan could get it. It was a little short corner route there as Jonathan's going to that front pylon in the end zone, and just almost a little bit too much to the sideline, but great combination there of Jonathan and Mitchell.
Third down, 4 yards to go. The Wildcats, as we mentioned, have the ball at the Dobyns-Bennett 6-yard line. Minute 6 to play, first quarter. Indians on top, 7-0. Kendall Jackson in the backfield, receivers left and right. Mitchell back to pass, dumps the pass, incomplete. Nobody there. The only person close to it for the Oak Ridge Wildcats there was Michael Walker, and he's not eligible there, James Branson.
Yeah, I think that was maybe a miscommunication there. I think very similar play last week as it was a screen. I think it was maybe intended for Kendall, and Kendall went right and Mitchell went left.
So the Wildcats not bringing in the field. Yes, they are going to bring the field goal unit. It'll be Tyler Dunham to attempt the field goal here. The holder for the Wildcats will be Hayden Tarwater. Kai Hirsch is the long snapper. They'll put the block down right around the 18, making this a 28-yard field goal. Well hit. The kick is up, and it is good. So with time on the field, our score, 57.8 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Wildcats are on the board. They trail Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett 7-3. We'll be back with a Wildcat kickoff in 60 seconds.
Dobyns, the kickoff for the Wildcats.
Welcome back to Blankenship Field. 7-3 our score. 57 seconds to play first quarter. Tyler Dunham will be kicking off once again for the Wildcats. He'll pop it up. That's what they like to do. Although I'll tell you a funny story. Remind me to tell you a funny story about Monday's ball game. Here's the kick. It's high. Pop-up kick's going to be way short this time. It's going to be fielded by Dobyns-Bennett and returnable. And then a nice tackle. Great tackle. I believe that's Jalen Hayward right around the 31-yard line. They've been popping up all their kicks in the varsity ball games. The other night at Hardin Valley in the junior varsity ball game, our junior varsity kicker booted one in and out of the end zone, and Coach Saunders said, "I told you I had somebody who could do that." It was just typical Coach Saunders. But the pop-up kick has been very effective here in the first game last week against Hardin Valley and early on in this one.
Yeah, David, what makes it so effective is how good Tyler is at getting it very high in the air, which allows for a very short return.
Here comes Dobyns-Bennett to the line. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at their own 31-yard line. 54 seconds to play first quarter. Whitson all day to pass. Pass is going to be caught, believe, around the 2-yard line. The defense looked like Swigert and Bourbon out there. James?
Trent Cody there on a short reception, and I thought he only got one or two. Maybe he got four on that apparently. But that's something that you don't want to let them get those little nickel and dime you down the fields, because that gets them in very short second and third downs.
25 seconds to play first quarter. 7-3 our score. Kingsport comes to the line. One lone running back, two receivers to the left of him, one to the right. Quarterback's going to hand it off to number 4, and he is going to be tracked down. Nope, he's going to break into the secondary, and now going to be tracked down by Jacob Bourbon. Shoestring tackle once again, getting to that end and getting past that end and getting great yardage. It'll be a great game for Dobyns-Bennett, and they'll have it first down, 10 yards to go, deep in the Wildcat territory.
Yeah, David, it looks like the Indians just ran off right tackle as their right tackle was able to get through